up, racers? We got episode 9. Thrive on Mars is with us right now. We got Hunter in the building. What's up, Hunter? How you doing today?
I am doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Excited about this interview. We want to hear a lot about Thrive on Mars. Everybody wants to get to Mars right now. I'm going to pull up your site and just let us know what you guys are all about and what you got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So Thrive on Mars, we're basically a game studio that's focused on multiplanetary living. We're trying to figure out the most efficient ways to get to Mars through gaming. And we use scientifically accurate technology in all of our games. They are designed by aerospace experts and engineers to help understand basically how problem solvers, gamers use that tech to efficiently, settle Mars. So basically our first game is Mission Control. That was launched on Wax, and it's a real-time strategy game, sort of an economic simulation game where people are using that Mars tech to produce resources inside of a resource chain on Mars. And then they're fighting hazards, they're expanding the settlement, and doing all these different tasks to get net positive resources, which are blockchain tokens, and it's all connected to basically a blockchain economy. So yeah, we're basically just focused on gaming, helping spread the word about the possibilities of what multiplanetary life could be.
That's pretty cool. I like that. That reminds me of some of those like colonizing or colony games in the past that I've played. I mean, I grew up on stuff like that, so that's extra cool. And are some of the assets that you be playing with in game, are they practical? Do they have like maybe real Mars use case in the future?
Yeah, exactly. So we have all the items are, what we do is we base them all on real resource input and output values. So for instance, we've done the calculations on how much power a solar panel would produce at the exact settlement location on Mars. And then we convert that power number into a game number. And then people are actually using that amount of power with their solar panel. And so if you multiply that out to like 50 or 60 different Mars items, vehicles, equipment, buildings, you get a full economy essentially of what Mars could look like. And so all that tech is based on real engineering, real science, and that's what makes us unique. So we're not just using like a generic greenhouse. Everything in our games have been designed from the ground up, because for us, we really want to inspire people to see the future of what Mars can be, rather than thinking about it like a sci-fi destination. It's it's going to happen quite soon in real life. And so we want people to sort of start getting in that frame of mind. And you can kind of see here the video playing. It's actually of another game that we're building called Martian Resident, and that's built in Unreal Engine 5. And it's much more like you're an astronaut, you're boots on the ground on Mars, and you're able to visually explore, the Mars settlement. Where Mission Control, you're basically just operating all of the Mars tech and trying to be like the most efficient operator of the Mars economy.
Super cool. I'd imagine the more structures and greenhouses you build in these games, the more energy. What do you guys call your energy or like mana points? Or, I don't know if you know Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, no, we just call it power.
Okay.
We have 16 different resources in the economy. So it's like power, water, fuel, food. We tried to like simplify it a bit because we also didn't want to go like full, science mode because it alienates gamers, I think, a bit too much if it's way too complicated. And like, it also just kind of makes the audience really small. So we basically are towing the line between simple to understand resources and gameplay that is highly strategic, with like full scientific, like you'd have hundreds and hundreds of resources if it was like a literal one-to-one representation. So, but yeah, we call it power. And basically all of those tokens are on the Wax blockchain. So you can like trade power for fuel. You can also trade everything into a central token called Marsha. And Marsha is sort of like the medium of exchange on Mars. It's how you can buy new Mars tech for your inventory. It's how you can invest in expansion missions, so like new construction projects in the game. And there's a bunch of other things. Like one of the new things we're putting into the game is this full crafting system. So you can actually earn different parts, and then you pay some Marsha to craft a fully functioning like piece of Mars tech in your inventory. So Marsha is kind of like the glue that holds the whole economy together.
That's super cool. I love the crafting aspect of that. I think that's one of the things that some of the games out here right now aren't utilizing, is crafting within their games. You know, that's another layer for your audience and the players, you know, so that's really cool.
Crafting, it's fun because it's a little bit of a progression too. Like what we were noticing is we had really expensive cards that were going to bigger collectors. And then we had like cards that were super cheap that everyone else was stuck with. And so like we were trying to figure out, okay, how do we close the gap so that everyone has a shot at getting the valuable cards? And, you know, we can also like we're also doing something interesting where you can salvage like some of those cheaper cards for parts. And so we're basically working on, okay, how can we sweep the floor of like the cards that are less valuable, bring those back into circulation, reduce the supply, and bring all those into parts, which are this like sort of new exciting class of NFTs that can be used to craft the valuable things. And so, yeah, like it's a progression system because anyone can like work on getting parts and, you know, build exactly what they want rather than relying on like RNG or chance to get the card they want.
That's super cool. I love the reverse engineer aspect of that. You know, reverse engineering cards to gain more parts that's brilliant, man. That's a really good solution. I like that a lot, man. You guys put a lot of time and effort into this, especially with the practicality of all of the NFTs or the assets in game. That's really cool to me that there's actual math done behind it and work done behind that. I love that. That's so awesome.
Actually, this year we did something pretty cool with a NASA affiliated nonprofit called Explore Mars. And what we did was a worldwide student contest where we sent out it's called the Mars Innovation Challenge. And basically it was a contest where student teams worldwide could submit ideas for solving the UN sustainability objectives with Mars technology. And so we had hundreds of submissions from across the world. The winning team was a Romanian team that designed an aeroponic greenhouse. And so we all went to Washington, D.C. and presented that winning idea to NASA. And that greenhouse, one of the rewards for the winners was we created a 3D object and actually integrated that object into the game. And so all of the sort of rigorous requirements of researching what piece of Mars tech would be the most useful for the UN sustainability initiatives, like all of that research is now driving like the resource inputs and outputs of that object, which is super cool.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I really love that part about the game. And the reverse engineering is such a treat, plus the crafting. You guys are covering all angles. When it comes to the characters in game, do you level those up? The properties, do you level those up or do you just get a better one? How does that work?
Yeah, so for mission control, you're basically the main character and you basically start the game by choosing a specialty, which is a skill set of managing a certain piece of the settlement. So you can like choose a power specialty, or you can choose like astronaut specialty or vehicle specialty. And then as you continue to produce resources in the game, and you also have to do it efficiently. So like hazards will roll through the colony and damage stuff. And so if you stay on top of that, you'll basically level up that specialty. And to get to like the highest specialty levels, it takes like 1 to 2 years. So it's like a massive progression system. But as you do that, you unlock different skills and bonuses. So for instance, if you level up like the construction specialty, then you're basically able to contribute like an extra 10 or 20% of your construction materials to expansion missions that have to do with construction. So we have hundreds of skills that people are sort of leveling up to reflect their experience in the game. But eventually we want to integrate some AI-driven story mechanics as well, where the astronauts that are in the Mars settlement are kind of going on their own quests and like uncovering things on Mars and all that stuff. And then you're interacting with them.
Yeah, I love that that part about the leveling up, and that's cool. Like 1 to 2 years, depending on your like how active you are. But along the way, they're earning not rewards, but they're leveling up along the way. That's cool. Yeah, love that. Mike, did you listen to any of that stuff? Hi, Mike. Everybody say hi, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Hi. I heard some of it. Yeah, it sounds amazing. I really want to play Thrive on Mars more. So I definitely want to get in there. You guys have been going for quite a while, hey Hunter?
Yeah, we started in 2021 and we did an NFT launch back then, which did really well on the Wax blockchain. That allowed us to basically build out this first game, Mission Control. And now we are expanding to a couple other games. So we have Outpost Surge coming, which is a turn-based roguelike deck building game. And then we also have Martian Resident, which is a Unreal Engine 5 sort of full like astronaut simulate like RPG game, basically, where you're on Mars and we're using realistic physics there. And the missions for that one, we actually want to start aligning with astronaut training. So, you learn how to drive vehicles and you learn how to, mine for different resources and all that stuff.
I'm gonna play this
Very cool
trailer you got here, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, let's get it.
Thrive on Mars is the only blockchain game where your actions can propel humanity to become multiplanetary. Our mission to successfully thrive on Mars depends upon your in-game efforts to master specialties and overcome hazards. Build a thriving settlement by experimenting with cutting-edge technology designed by leading aerospace experts and scientists. Combine your gaming and economic skills to embrace a new life on Mars. Put your skills to the test and own the most valuable inventory on Mars, enabled by blockchain. Grow the size and rarity of your inventory to earn more Martia. Martia is easily accessible through multiple blockchains and enabled by token swaps. Unlock your adventure for free by signing up today. Humanity's future as a multiplanetary species depends on you. Play now at thriveonmars.com.
That's so cool, man. I love the name Martia, by the way. That's like brilliant. It's catchy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we launched Martia on Wax in 2021. And it has good TVL. I think we're in the top 3 in TVL on Wax. We have a lot of sort of liquidity rewards and things like that. So basically, Alcor has been amazing and kind of helping set up some farms. And then you go into the game and you can stake your Martia and Wax, or stake Martia and resources, and basically earn additional rewards. So it's been awesome to launch that and see it grow.
We'd love to get you guys trading with Dust. Maybe we could talk about that and maybe get Dust in your community as well.
Totally, that'd be great.
Yeah, dust mines are popping off right now. Love those things. So I pulled up your Medium. I'm going to share that with everybody here if you want to go over that at all. If not, we will be posting the link to this in the video as well.
Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah. Is there anything in this that we didn't cover in the video so far that you want to let the audience know?
Well, I think we kind of covered most of it. Marcia is going to be used across some other games that we're building, like the turn-based game called Outpost Surge, as well as Martian Resident, which is the Unreal Engine 5 game. So we're basically planning on taking Mission Control, which is the game that is launched now, and basically being like the central hub for the other games. So that's one key piece. We're also working on a land expansion for Mission Control, which will allow people to build up their own settlement on Mars and construct actual like assets on there and then manage those. We're using like NASA imagery to generate the map and like all the resource deposits and stuff like that. So that'll be really fun. And, we're thinking maybe bridging that to another chain. We might also have a version on Wax. We'll see. But that's also coming down the line. And that would be like a mobile experience. So you can manage your land on your mobile device, earn Marcia, earn resources, do all the crafting, and then sort of bridge that to Mission Control and vice versa.
Awesome. What's the base entry for new players? If you wanted to get started and thrive on Mars, what would you say, like roughly the price, and what assets would they need to kick off their journey?
So it's completely free to play right now. So if you go to play.thriveonmars.com and you sign up, what we do is we actually lend you a wallet with NFTs in it. So you can start earning in the resource game immediately. And you have 30 days to try that out. And then the NFTs that you'd need to purchase to do it on your own would cost less than a cup of coffee.
That's a nice entry. I mean, yeah, that's good. I mean, for a game like that, less than a cup of coffee, is that a joke? Like,
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot that went into this game. I can tell, especially with the practical assets in the game that are real Mars assets, essentially.
And one other aspect to mention about Mission Control is that we actually deployed our own game engine to Wax. And so the game is running fully on chain now. And that was to solve a problem, which is server costs. We were paying a lot to operate that economy month to month on our own with AWS. And so what we did is we ported all of the game logic into smart contracts, deployed it on the Wax blockchain, and then people who are running the game engine for us using their nodes are earning Marcia for running the game engine. So we're fully on chain, and we're basically we're working on getting the front end and all the other stuff on chain so that we can be like a fully forever game, and the game just continues to run even if all of us leave Earth and go to Mars. So
yeah, no,
that's awesome, man. I love it. Yeah. So cool.
So have you played, before we go over to Nifty Race, is there anything else you want to tell the audience about Thrive on Mars? Any other final thoughts on it, where they should go, look for you and get involved and everything like that? We'll have all the links below, so don't click any other links unless you're clicking them from this video or in there. You have a Telegram, correct? Yes.
Yeah, we have Telegram. Discord we have an AMA every Thursday. So I'd highly encourage people to check out those social channels. And definitely stay tuned, because we're going to be releasing more about the land sale, as well as some of the other games on our socials and also Medium. So, and these are things that are coming out like in the next 1 to 2 months. So definitely kind of, if you haven't followed us, definitely do it so that you can get some of those updates.
Yeah, cool. You guys are having a land sale. Do you know the date on that yet, or TBD?
Yeah, so the first thing we're gonna do is launch the ability for you to like favorite land and like kind of get into the system. And we're gonna look at sort of the demand around that to determine the sale date. So kind of testing demand before we, launch it. And then depending on how that goes, crypto's obviously going through a bit of a winter right now. So we want to make sure that there's a demand from a retail perspective on new NFT sales. So yeah, we're gonna figure that out once we start getting some metrics in.
Nice. Mike, you got anything for Hunter or any comments on Thrive on Mars?
No, I just love it. I love that your guys' smart contracts are all on chain and you're using that to like basically make your network larger, and it's kind of decentralized, hey? Like that's really cool, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So Hunter, have you got a chance to play Nifty Race?
I have two ponies and 2 tickets.
Heck yeah. What do you think about it?
So first of all, I think the graphics are super unique. I mean, we got is it 8-bit? Is that what you call it?
Pixel.
8 pixel. 8 pixel.
Yeah, I mean pixel, 8-bit, however you want to name it. It's very old school, right?
Yeah. There's like a vintage vibe to it. I like the fact that, you find yourself checking it, regularly to see what you like, kind of how you placed or if you won or not. I think that's pretty fun. But I'd love to hear a little bit more about sort of the vision for it and the roadmap, because it seems like you guys are doing a lot of really cool things with it, and you want it to kind of be a central like spoke in a lot of other things, or hub in a lot of other things.
Definitely. Mike, do you want to talk about the future of the project a little bit? I can go into detail also.
Well, the real goal was to kind of give liquidity to a lot of different NFTs on Wax and have other communities be able to like include their NFTs essentially. So eventually what I'd like to do is be able to have a race from every collection that wants to be involved. And then even if, they want to build their own private little platform or something that's outside Nifty Race, then we could do a business to business solution for that as well. So
Cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, this is very proof of concept, and we can do so many things with it. So we're really excited about that future as well.
So what you're saying is we should do a Mars rover race.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And you guys can do your own backgrounds and everything if that's how you want to do it. And then we can just sort of include it in the game. It'll be like the Thrive on Mars section.
Yeah. No, let's do it. I think that'd be really fun. And we could totally do some artwork for it.
Hell yeah, that would be fun, dude. I'm going to play the last race and see who won. People have been tacking up all morning. So let's check this out. Let me know if you can see it, Mike. I think it came through last time.
And we are off.
Oh, now we have sound too.
The others are close. But number 5 gets the win via nose.
I did all those calls. They're so silly, but they were super fun to do.
Looks like our winner was Nifty Race Com. We got a bot winner. Poor guys. All right. So just so everybody knows, we are sold out of the ponies. The first sale, 100, is sold out. You can get them on the secondary market. I believe somebody's selling one for $1 million. Let's be realistic, guys. Also, gals.
Like he only wants like 250,000 or something like that. Yeah,
He's
no, it's not that
discounted
expensive.
We're going to have 2 more sales. They're going to be spread across. It's going to be a total of 500 ponies. So we did a sale of 100. We'll have 2 more sales with 200 each, and that'll be in the near future. We're looking to drop the next 200 at the end of the month, and then maybe the following 200 about 3 weeks to a month after that, and that'll be it for a good minute. We do have tickets still available. I'm not sure how many. Those are starting to go too. You need a ticket to essentially pick your winning pony if you want to get into the races that way. If you want to put a pony in the race, you're going to have to go to the secondary market and buy one if somebody's selling.
Al, what is what? I think we have a reason that somebody might want to do that. Maybe you
Yeah.
want to talk about that?
I do. We'll talk about the first competition we're doing right now. The first competition is if you own a pony currently and you level it up before everybody else, you'll receive $100 in wax. Mint number 1 of a 1 of 6 Growjack Horseman, which is our satirical version of BoJack Horseman. We don't want to get caught up.
No,
saying
it's a alter
BoJack.
ego. It's an alter ego within the Nifty Race universe. That's how
Yes.
it is.
So you'll get mint number 1 of the Growjack Horseman. You'll get $100 in wax, and you'll be featured on our socials, and we'll do a YouTube with you. So community members, make sure you're leveling up. You're tacking up your horses in your race. You're in the race every single day. First one is going to get the prize. Following that, we're going to do a holding competition where if you hold 15 of our ponies, and we'll work out the numbers for tickets as well. If you hold 15 of our ponies right now, we have something special for you as well. We'll announce that when the time's right. But we're getting a little lengthy here. We're approaching 30 minutes. I want to give everybody a chance for their final thoughts. Hunter, go ahead.
Well, I would say I'd love to hear your guys' perspective on just kind of like wax and where you see the rest of the year going. I'm excited about what you guys are building there on Nifty Races. Be fun to collaborate and kind of get some more awareness between both of our communities. And we're just continuing to build. Really proud of like the team that we have and the developers that have put in years of work to build out some of the projects we have. And just excited for, seems like their adoption and, another wave of excitement is just around the corner. So, that's kind of my perspective right now, just holding the line, continuing to build, and eventually they will come.
If you build it, they will come, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, my outlook on wax, I think it's going to be up to the community from this point moving forward to actually create the volume and get it out there and, bring people in. But, for us specifically, we're not leaving the wax chain at all, but we're going to start dropping on other chains as well where they're thriving. We're looking at Ton as the next contender for us. I think, a lot of the communities in wax are kind of underserved. There's not a whole lot of content being put out there. There's not a lot of attention on it. I still go into spaces and people are like, wax what? I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. There's not a lot of educational tools. The chain itself, it hasn't invested into its marketing since, all the collectible companies left. Like I said, it's up to us, the community leaders, to start engaging with the community, bring everybody who's underserved into our communities, and just grow and take them with us wherever we go on our path.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing the backdoor thing with Whoopi, right? And that's sort of what we're going to do too. We really want to bring other chains into this via Nifty Race and get people excited about wax and using wax and how great a blockchain it really is. Once people, I think, use it, they'll figure it out. And moving forward, I think it's a great place for dApps. Like, you can't beat it. You know what I mean? You can't, like Sol or any of these other chains, like, they're great, but they're not mutable, and it's just not the same thing over there. You really can do a lot on this platform.
Yeah, and also, like, we couldn't have deployed our game engine to other chains because the reason it works is because there's zero gas fees on wax. And, that's, it's very innovative, and it allows for, like, real-time strategy games are just notoriously difficult to operate. And, wax was a platform that allowed us to do that. And, there's other solutions that are kind of being built on other chains, but I mean, we're like 3 years in already on wax, and like it was available back in 2020 and 2021, and so I do.
We're not even using like the full power of the wax blockchain yet either. You know what I mean? Like, most people are just doing little clickers and stuff, and like there's so much more that we could do on this chain. It's insane.
And I do wish that there, would be more effort like to market games on Wax, because I think like digital collectibles is not utilizing the full power of the Wax blockchain. And so I think like that to me but maybe that's where the next growth wave comes from, is like people realize, okay, gaming's a big use case in blockchain, and Wax, from a technical perspective at least, serves a lot of the use cases there.
Yeah, I agree. Every time I'm having this conversation with people, and they're like, Wax what? I'm like, the blockchain that's had all the tools for years before they came over here to ETH, that chain, like that one. Yeah. And they're always surprised when I give them the history of, Wax and how they didn't know about it. Most of them are like, mind blown. So yeah, I agree with you there. We've had these tools for a long time. They're underutilized, and the fees here are so low. It makes no sense not to use it, But yeah, Mike, any closing thoughts, man? Like anything you want to get off your chest?
Hunter, thank you so much for coming on, and really, really apologize for my technical difficulties at the start of the show. Sometimes Nicaragua isn't the easiest place to live, but I mean, we lose power everywhere too, all over the world. So these things happen. And thank you so much. We look forward to working with you guys in the future. And just like and subscribe, and hit that thumbs up button and get your notifications going, and we're gonna send this thing to the moon.
Sounds good,
buddy. And you guys, we'll have all the links for Thrive on Mars down there, for Nifty Race. Once again, join their Telegram, join their Discord, join our Telegram, follow us on YouTube, please hit the little bell. It's free to like. It's free to like. Thumbs up, man. It supports us. We're gonna keep making content for you. It was a treat having you both here. Especially Mike, he made it, right? Thank you for joining us, Hunter. It was a really good interview, man. I'm looking forward to playing the game also. It's free to play right now for the first month, so I'm definitely jumping into that. And I'm definitely looking forward to a collaboration on Nifty Race, so we get some of those nice Mars rovers up there racing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I know you could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. We're going to see you on episode 8 next. So thanks. Right now, it'd be like episode 10, I think. Yeah, episode 10.
9. So
Don't edit that out, please. Let me look like what I look like.